Welcome back to the Presence of Being podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of our community. Within the last few episodes, I tried my best to talk about the importance of looking within rather than looking externally. It's great to have goals. It's great to be ambitious, and it's great to go out and manifest or get to your goals, the things that you want to do externally. But if you think that those things are going to provide you with ultimate satisfaction and ultimate happiness, you're going to be waiting forever. And there's constantly going to be something that you feel you are missing if you don't go to the source, if you don't go with inside yourself and build that foundation internally. So I tried making it a point of mentioning that in the last few recordings because I've been really thinking about this, and I think this is so important. Like, I really think this is really important. Like I said, if you want to manifest things, great. But if you think that your state of being, like your happiness and your joy, all of that is just dependent on external conditions, you're going to be chasing things forever. You're going to be seeking things forever. If you don't start with inside yourself, if you don't start within here, even if you do get to the places that you want to get to, wait a few days, wait a few weeks, wait a few months, and you'll slowly start to realize that even the things that you wanted doesn't make your life perfect. There could be issues or problems that still arise in your life, even if you get to the places that you want to get to, even if you arrive at the destinations that you want to be in. You thought that that was going to provide you ultimate happiness or ultimate satisfaction, but slowly over time, you realize you want more things. You're not satisfied anymore. There's still things that you want. You thought it was going to provide you with everything that you ever wanted, but it doesn't. The feelings that you anticipated you were going to feel, maybe you did feel them, but slowly over time, it just starts to dissipate. You don't feel the same way anymore. There's always that one thing that you want. You're just constantly chasing. It can happen if you don't start with yourself, if you don't go to the foundation. Once you go to the source, once you build that foundation with yourself internally, and you start to experience the abundance within inside yourself, you start noticing the abundance that is always all around us in our environments. That is when the abundance that you're looking for out there is going to flow into your life. And when you experience all the abundance and the things that you want externally, it won't feel like the end all be all. It won't be like, wow, finally I arrived here. It's just an add-on. It's icing on the cake. It's the cherry on top. Because again, you start with yourself. You go to the source of it all, which is being happy and content with inside yourself. When you no longer feel so attached to the things that you want externally, and you aren't waiting to feel happy and content with yourself until you get somewhere, you allow yourself to be happy in the moment. You allow yourself to be joyful in the moment. You allow yourself to be yourself in the now. So it's about going inside and then out, not thinking that you need to get something out there, and then if you get that, it'll make you feel the way that you want to feel in here. As Eckhart Tolle says, the fullness of life is right here, right now, within inside yourself, within the present moment. The joy of being, he calls it. Just being yourself in the now, in the moment, and realizing that you have everything you need right here, right now, within inside yourself. Uncaused joy, the joy that arises from within that is not dependent upon external conditions or circumstances. If you seek the fullness of life through achieving your goals externally, again, just thinking that it's going to provide you with ultimate satisfaction, ultimate happiness, you will be waiting forever. It's not lasting, it's temporary. There's always going to be something else that you want. You're never going to feel like enough. You'll always be chasing, you'll always be seeking. When you are content and happy with yourself in this moment, that's when things start to flow into your life. And if you think about this on like a more logical, like practical level, People who are needy, people who chase other people who don't feel like they're enough right now, the energy that they embody is one of lack. People don't want to be around that kind of energy. People want to be around people who are confident in themselves, know their worth, and aren't chasing other people or seeking things externally to make them feel happy. The people who know themselves, know who they are, they know what they bring to the table, those are the most attractive people to be around. Not people who are desperately in need of validation from things externally, people externally. The same thing applies here. Take the time to build that relationship and foundation with yourself and watch how, yes, it's great to get the things that you want externally and they're going to be drawn to you when you're operating from a more abundant state of being when you look within. But it's just the cherry on top. It's the icing on the cake. It's an addition to an already full, whole, and complete life. There's a quote I read somewhere. It's like, if you can't be happy with a cup of coffee, you won't be happy with a yacht. If you can't be happy going alone for a walk in nature, surrounded by nature, then you won't be happy driving around a Ferrari in Monaco. If you can't be happy and content with inside yourself, even if you get the things that you want externally, over a long enough time horizon, you'll still find something to complain about. You'll still feel empty inside or feel like you have to seek something to fill a void internally. True happiness, true fulfillment, true satisfaction comes from within yourself, within inside yourself. When you find the joy of being within inside yourself and you're just happy with yourself, you're happy with who you are, and you realize that you don't need the things that you want externally to make you feel happy, you become a magnet for good things, for positivity, because you're grateful, you're just happy in the now, you're in the moment, you're yourself in the moment. I think one of the easiest ways that you can access this state or start building that foundation with inside yourself is meditation. The more often you meditate, the more often you spend time in presence, that innate feeling of wholeness and fullness now in this moment can arise. It just slowly starts to develop the more you spend time in presence, at least from my experience. It's pretty simple if you think about it. The more time you spend with yourself in presence, the more time you spend in meditation, when you increase your time in meditation, you just start to feel more good with yourself internally. And then you realize, wow, it would be great to achieve the things that I want. It would be great to get to the goals that I've set for myself, the vision that I have internally. That would be really cool. But I also feel really good with myself right now. And I don't need those things to make me feel happy because I'm happy now. I'm in the moment. I practice being in the moment. I practice just surrendering to the moment, accepting what is rather than like resisting everything. I'm myself. I strive to be myself in the now. Yes, it would be amazing to get to those goals, but I feel joy now. I don't need to wait until I get there to experience joy. I can experience it right here. And then if you can merge that vision of the goal that you have with that feeling that you feel internally, that will supercharge your ability to get there. It'll be drawn to you. You do not need to wait to feel happy or satisfied with yourself, with your life, until you get to some goal that you have externally. You can feel it now. I am building presence of being. I'm wearing the hat right now. And the goal of presence of being is to promote a more present way of life, a more present way of being. If you can operate from a present state of being, meaning if you can practice presence more often in your life, more frequently in your life, if you can make presence a priority in your life, I believe that more people, if you could do that, more people would start feeling that wholeness and completeness in the moment. And it kind of serves as a reminder to look within rather than looking externally for happiness, for fulfillment, etc. So this right here is like powerful. This is powerful shit. It's not just about being present. Of course, that's so important. Being present, realizing the present moment is the only moment that we exist. But it's about looking within and realizing that you are good now. You are whole now. It's about turning within and allowing presence to serve as a tool that allows you to connect more with your true self, your most authentic self. It allows you to connect with the fact that you are full, whole, and complete now in this moment. I think presence serves as a reminder. It reminds us to realize that we don't need to seek the things that we want externally for ultimate happiness, ultimate fulfillment, ultimate satisfaction. We are pure love, and when you can operate from love within rather than like ego, life becomes flow. It's enjoyable because you're starting with the foundation internally. You're finding that joy of being, as Eckhart Tolle says, within inside yourself. So yes, this is a reminder to be still, be present, practice presence, practice meditation. It'll change your life, but it goes deeper than that. It's about turning within and becoming more aware of your innate wholeness. That's what I think presence can do, and that's why I am promoting that way of life, that way of being, because I think it literally can transform anybody. And it's literally done that in my life. So that's why building Presence of Being, the brand that is Presence of Being, and promoting that way of life is something I feel called to do because it's made such a positive impact in my life. That's why I love talking about it. That's why I love making these recordings. You are abundant, you are peaceful, you are whole now, with or without the things that you want out there. That's great, but it's the icing on the cake. It's the cherry on top. Behind the noise of thoughts, all the chit chatter that you experience, that we all experience pretty much 24/7 in here in our heads, there is space. And that space can get bigger the more time we spend in presence, the more time we meditate. That space within is who we really are. You can connect to that space whenever, wherever you are. It's just about taking a conscious breath, being in the now, being in the moment, and no longer identifying yourself with your thoughts, that chatter, that mental chatter that we all experience. If you can connect with that, your true self, you can connect with intuition, and things just get a little bit lighter, get a little bit more enjoyable. You are whole, full, and complete right here, right now. And getting to your goals is amazing. Being ambitious is amazing, and wanting to create something or get somewhere, that's all cool. But please do not think that you need to wait to feel the way that you want to feel until you get there, because you can feel it now by connecting with yourself within and spending more time in the now, in the present moment, the only moment that we truly experience. The joy that you are waiting to experience can be experienced now. Uncaused joy. The joy that arises from within yourself when you look within, turn within, and start building that foundation internally. You can be happy now. You can. You can be happy now. You start getting there when you realize that you don't need to wait. You don't need to seek things externally, flashy goals externally. It's great, but it's an addition. It can be an addition. If you don't have that foundation internally, the things, the shiny things that you want externally, if you think that like that is going to do it for you, it's just temporary. You start to realize that that has problems in and of itself. It's not perfect. And then you're going to want something else. And then you're going to want something else. And then you're going to want something else. And there's just a spiral. Start with you and then let that express outwardly in the things that you do. I'm realizing this for the first time recently. That's why I've spoken about it in the last, 2, 3, 4 recordings. This is like really legit. This is like important, I think. If you can start with you, if you can start with yourself, I think things just, the way that you look at things change. And I am someone who is ambitious. I want to make things happen. I want to create things. I want to continue to build this community and hopefully make a positive impact on people. I want to get places. But then I realize I slow down, I get present, I spend time in meditation every morning, and then I'm like, wait, like I can experience all the things that I want to feel. Like if I got there, I can feel that now. And then when you feel it now, when you merge the vision of the goals that you have, getting to the goals that you have, you start like the energy within inside yourself just feels really good or feels really nice. And then you just start naturally creating and good things happen. You connect with intuition and you just feel good. You feel light. The energy is light. You don't feel tense. You don't feel like you're resisting anything. I made a recording maybe like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. I can't exactly remember. But I was like, I'm feeling a lot of resistance, and, creating these recordings, for example, haven't been as easy as they once were. And I was like, literally just comparing where I am right now to where I thought I should be. And then I stopped recording that. I uploaded it and I spent more time in meditation. And then I realized, like, what am I doing? Like, I can feel the way I want to feel now. Start spending more time in the now. Surrender to the present moment. Accept what is and start to balance your effort. Continue to put in work, but also just let go of like trying to control everything and start connecting with that place within inside yourself where joy can arise from, and just see what happens. And that's what I did. Let go, increase my time in meditation, and started to realize like I am like connect with the source. Start being happy now. Start being content and joyful internally, connecting with that inner peace, And then things just start to flow. I started to connect with my intuition more. I started to enjoy, I always enjoy making these recordings, but I started to really just enjoy making these recordings even more than I ever have. And it just feels really good. So I think the biggest thing that I could say is start increasing your time in meditation and see how you feel. Stop waiting to feel the way that you want to feel. Look yourself in the mirror, realize that you can experience that now, and look within and allow that to just express outwardly in the things that you do. That's pretty much all I wanted to get across in this recording. You can be happy now. You really can. Uncaused joy, joy that is not caused by anything that's going on out there. It can come from inside yourself. The more time you spend in presence, the more time you spend meditating, for example, I feel like the awareness of that state just like increases. So I hope you got some value from this recording. Me talking about this, it's literally like a journal entry for me. Like, I feel like I'd be recording these in the voice notes on my phone anyways, but I think creating this kind of content and putting it out there for somebody, I think it may help. So I know that this kind of content would help me if I was watching it. I just know that in the place that I'm in right now, if I came across a video like this, I'd be like, damn, like that makes sense. That hits home. Especially because, I have goals. If you have a goal, hopefully you resonate with this. It's good to be ambitious. It really is. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people are just chill with, and that's cool. But if you have a goal, if you're like, you want to work towards something and you have a vision in your mind of the kind of things that you want to achieve, I think that this video can be of value. So again, I hope you got some value from this. Thank you so much for being a part of our community and everything that we're building here. If you have any comments or questions or anything, you know where to hit me up. You can message me on Instagram at Presence of Being. Join the community over there. If you have any recommendations for the kind of things that you want me to talk about, again, just message me. And yes, thank you very much for being here, and I will see you in the next recording.